Hi everyone, it's Monday, July the 27th, and we continue to have outstanding growing conditions for both our soybeans and our corn crops. Right now we're sitting at about the same amount of corn heat unit accumulation as we did this date in 2019. However, unlike last year, we've combined this with average precipitation, and that means that many of our corn stands are shaping up to have a fantastic year. Right now, I'm in a field of P7455R near Oak Bank, Manitoba, and the plants here are currently at the R2 stage. So we're done with pollination, and these kernels are already starting to blister. Most fields aren't quite this far, but are silking, and that means that we're about 50 to 55 days away from physiological maturity in most of our mid-maturing grain hybrids. In terms of a calendar date, this puts us at about September 15th for physiological maturity, and that's average for Manitoba, and we're not too worried about it right now. One thing to take note of as we scout the fields is how many of these late emerging plants that we have, and these are going to be at least a week behind in terms of maturity. This is important because at harvest, these ears are going to be higher in moisture, and this can cause some issues in terms of getting that grain dried down consistently. We've had a few reports this year, especially as we move into summer, where some of that grain corn is starting to heat up in the bin. And again, this is going to be attributed to these late emerging ears. The other issue that this can have, if we have a lot of them in the field, is that if they don't reach physiological maturity on time, we can see some decreased bushel weights. So keep that in mind as we look forward to planning our harvest. Recent weather has been perfect for soybean development. In this particular field of P005 A83X, we're currently sitting at the V14R3 stage, and that means we've got a lot going on. These plants are still putting out new trifoliates for the next couple of weeks, so they will continue to get a bit taller. At the same time, they're flowering, as well as using nutrients and water to start filling in these bottom pods. And that means everything needs to be firing properly. We should be digging up some plants and making sure we have good root development, and this includes proper nodulation to produce the nitrogen that this plant is going to need. Also, we need to be looking at our leaf surfaces. Currently, we're still seeing some grasshopper damage, but luckily we haven't found soybean aphids just yet, but we'll keep an eye on it and let you know. And finally, we're going to need some rain. Looking at the longer term forecast, we're going to want a few showers to move in to help fill out this crop in preparation for harvest. While this local Pioneer Liberty straight cut canola PKP had to be reseeded this spring due to frost damage, we're really excited to see what the new hybrids, including P505 MSL and P506 ML, are doing right across the province. We're going to have some exciting news on the way wagon and can't wait to share these products with you for the spring of 2021. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call, and we hope that everyone has a great week.